Welcome to the Judges Briefing for After Dinner Speaking, one of two prepared speech formats at AIDPSC. An after-dinner speech is a speech that is designed to entertain a particular audience. It is a highly entertaining and often comedic style of speaking. However, it is not meant to merely be a stand-up routine. There should still be a message or purpose behind the speech, although this message and purpose does not need to be as prevalent throughout the speech or as central to it or as important as with a persuasive speech. This type of speech is the type which would be given at the end of a formal dinner to an audience who has a common purpose or some aspect of shared identity, employment, or character. The student will select this, and it should be made known at the start of their speech. The speaker must present to a specific audience. The content must be directed towards this audience and be entertaining to them. And you are judging this speech from the perspective of this audience. Examples of audiences include things like the Left-Handed Society or a dental association. The audience does not have to be a real organisation and can be completely fictitious. The audience does not necessarily need to be human. However, it must be capable of human communication through speech. So, for example, an audience of vampires or aliens would be acceptable, but farmyard animals would not be. After-dinner speaking is judged against the following criteria: the quality of the themes and ideas, the quality of entertainment and delivery, adherence to format, and an organisation and the structure of the speech. You'll note the delivery here is worth a bit more than it is in the other events. The best way to approach this task is to put yourself in the position of someone who needs a speaker at a dinner that they are organising. The group at this dinner is very important to you, and the only person who is available to speak is a secondary school student. So given this, which of the speakers who you have just heard would you select to speak at this very important dinner? Again, with the scoring range, a 60 is given to a student who stands up, 65 if they make a noise, and 70 if they present a speech. A score of 70 to 74 would indicate a weak speech. One that was quite poor, and you would probably better not show your face at next year's dinner. A score of 75 to 79 will represent an adequate speech. It fulfills the task, but the food had better be very good because the speech has not been able to add much to the evening. A score between 80 and 84 would indicate a good speech. They're not going to offend anyone, and they may end up amusing more than a few. A score of 85 to 89 indicates a very good speech. You would expect everyone to be very pleasantly entertained and very happy with how the evening's gone. A score of 90 to 95 is to be reserved for excellent speeches. Everyone is delighted. The speech was the high point of the evening, to the degree that they've probably all forgotten what it was that you served as the meal. As students have prepared this speech beforehand, the speech should be largely or completely memorised. Students are allowed a single cue card that's double-sided, but this should be used as little as possible. No other props are allowed during the speech. The speaking time for this speech is between 5 and 7 minutes in length. For those of you who are judging Speakfest, the task remains largely the same. The only difference is the length of the speech. In Speakfest, the speech should be between 4 and 6 minutes in length. All other expectations around judging criteria, the purpose of the speech, and use of notes remain the same as with AIDPSC.